This is my actual week. Swim at 7:30, class at 10, and then a bike right after. Saturday, I'm working 6:30 to 10:30, a 3-hour bike, and a run off straight after. Sunday, start planning the next week and a 7-hour study session. My name's Kobe, I'm in second year chemical engineering, and I'm training for an Ironman 70.3 at the same time. A 70.3 is a 1.9 kilometer swim, a 90K bike ride, and a half marathon all back to back. People often ask how I have time to train for that while also doing chemical engineering full time. So instead of telling you how to do it, I'm just going to show you my calendar. There are 3 things that actually make this work. The first one is my calendar. I schedule everything: meals, workouts, study times, and my recovery. I say this a lot on Instagram, so go check that out if you have it. But if it's not on the calendar, it didn't happen. Monday, no workout. EC assignment from 9:30 to 11:15, content planning till 1, stat lab till 2, studying till 8, and then recovery at 8:30. Rest day, but the day is still completely full. Tuesday, I gotta run at 8:45, 2 classes back to back, legs at 4:15, and then a study session after. Wednesday, swim at 7:30, a quiz, class at 2, and then bike at 3:15. Saturday, I got a bike from 1:10 to 4:10, run straight off the bike at 4:15, 3.5 hours of total workout. Most people schedule their life and try to fit training in the gaps. I do it the other way around. Workouts go in first, as they're non-negotiable, and then I try to fit everything else around that. If you're trying to balance school and something you actually care about, this is how you actually do it. Now here's the part where all these self-help gurus never talk about, that the schedule breaks all the time. I got sick for 8 whole days in March where I couldn't swim, bike, or run. I couldn't do anything for 8 whole days. Then after that, my foot hurt, my lat hurt, and my shoulder hurt, so I couldn't hit the full intensity of my workouts or the full duration of it. I just had to switch up the workouts and do the best that I could. And then there are weeks where I just skip class completely. Whether I have 2 quizzes, too many assignments to do, a lab that's due, I just have to skip class and use the full day to lock in. Those weeks feel terrible, like you're falling behind on everything at once. Whenever these bad weeks or days happen, I just think to myself that this too shall pass. A modified workout is better than no workout, and showing up at 60% is better than not showing up at all. The goal of these weeks isn't to keep building on what you built before, it's just to not lose all your momentum. Try your best to keep the bare minimum and move on. The third thing, and the most important one, is the reason behind it all. Someone once said, if it matters to you, you will make time. I'm not doing all this because I'm crazy disciplined or that I love waking up at 5 to go swim every day. I'm doing it because one day I won't be able to. I'm going to look back and wish that I did more. So I might as well try my hardest right now. Life's too short not to try and accomplish everything you want. And I think you owe it to yourself to see how far you can actually go. In a couple weeks, I start my new co-op job. I'm going to be working 70 hours a week, so triathlon training is basically off the table. But before this year, I already signed up for a marathon in October, and once you make that promise to yourself, you can't break it. Gulf Coast is only a couple weeks out, so that just proves that I'm actually doing this and not just telling you guys how to do it without proving it. Peak week, finals, foot injury, 8 days sick, still showed up. Not perfectly, not always at full intensity, but showed up. The goal is a 5:45, 40-minute swim, a 3-hour bike, and a 2-hour run. We'll see what happens on May 9th. If you want to follow the whole build to race day, I have another series on YouTube, so please go check that out if you're interested. And if you're in school right now, feeling behind, or just feel like you don't have time, you probably do. Just try to schedule it all. Anyway, thanks for watching, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.